All right. Welcome to Garage Banter, where today we're going to be giving you our full spoiler review of Batman vs.
With
Superman.
The full cast.
With the full cast. Forrest decided to get himself up off the couch and come over here and do a review.
Okay, I work a lot, okay? I got to feed like 16 kids I have.
Yeah. So, we already did this non-spoiler review, me and Radio. Mm-hmm. So, y'all two give your opinions on Batman vs. Superman.
You can do it.
Okay, I shall. Okay, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
I thought it was a very well played movie. I thought it was really good. At some scenes now, I will say that the movie ran together a lot. I mean, you could kind of tell, as Lex Luthor is going through his little plot and, dropping the body in the water and everything, you kind of know that he's recreating, Doomsday, and it's going to kill Superman. And it's kind of from there, it's, downhill. But, holy crap, was I wrong. Ben Affleck was the best Batman ever played, and I'm sorry. So there you have it.
All right. There's his wrap-up.
I agree that Ben Affleck was a good Batman, but I saw it coming. Oh, but you guys know that. However, I'm not in love with him. But
Come on.
I agree.
Yes, he is.
I'll get on the
Okay.
I'll get on the bat laugh train.
Okay,
whatever
so
they call it.
Ben Affleck was a good Batman. He's no Clooney, but he's good.
He's
However,
better than Clinton.
Batman was good in this movie, but there's too much wrong with it. Right, yeah. I don't think the movie was bad per se, but for a Batman versus Superman movie, you got to be hoping for something great, and it just wasn't great. The plot hole where just Ben Affleck spends months and months training his body and his mind to kill Superman, and then Superman says, or Martha, I can't go.
We're best friends now. We're best.
Your mom's got my mom.
There's just too much wrong with it. I mean,
yeah.
The 180 was horrible.
Yeah, and why did Superman have to take the spear himself? There's a superpowered bitch with a who's held her own.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
call Wonder Woman. Yeah, call her and say, "Hey, come take this and stab that mofo."
I'm allergic to it. Can you take it and put it inside him? Anyways, so that easy fix. But Superman is too much. Why would Batman throw away the spear in the first place? He's Batman. He's the smartest guy in the movie, and he just throws away the spear.
That's the thing that bothered me with this movie is Batman is the best detective in the comic book.
I am the greatest detective.
But they made Batman and Superman look like such dumbasses.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah,
I agree.
How did Superman know that Lois Lane was falling from the building when Luthor threw her off?
It's like he has some second sense when she's tumbling from a building every time.
But he doesn't know where his mother is, and he can't fly to her in a minute.
Okay, I never.
He can move at the speed of light.
How does he? The thing about it is, it references in the movie when he goes to the courtroom and he's like, "I wasn't." How does he not know there's a bomb? He says I wasn't looking for it in the movie, but he's Superman.
Well, he's also got the part of him who was raised by. This is the only reason I'll defend him. He was raised by human beings, so he's taught to think the way a human being does. And he sees this dude in a wheelchair, and I think he feels sort of
bad for his actions.
He feels emotion about it, right?
Yeah.
And he lets that cloud his judgment. So he's like, I'm not gonna fucking x-ray this dude or some shit. And I think that's what happened. I think he let his emotions get the best of him.
Because he would x-ray him if he knew. He'd be like,
yeah. I mean, if I were Superman, I would be God over humanity.
That was a
that's
tight
what
wheelchair,
I would do.
That was a cool little
I would take over the whole world.
No, that's the thing about Superman is they constantly beat him down in this movie, and they make him look like such a pansy when that's not Superman at all. He is like
he's the most powerful being.
Yeah, but he is the anchor of hope. He never doubts himself.
The anger of hope.
The anchor.
Anchor
I
of
thought
hope.
You said anger.
Anger of hope. That'd be a good band name. Let's keep that in our back pocket.
Yeah, the anchor of hope.
Yeah.
So now that we can mention spoilers, I know there's a lot you want to say, so rip at it.
Come on,
we'll get in.
I shouldn't
Radio.
Because I really hate the 180 turn.
Rip.
So you say okay, so Superman doubting himself. He never doubts himself. It talks about
They might doubt himself, but not to the level they did it. And they never gave him any sort of.
Wait a minute. This was the first time Superman's been all powerful his whole life, right? I mean, he had to sort of.
They're coming off
his
of.
powers.
You got to look at this. They're only coming off 18 months of Man of Steel, where he's just now getting into his powers in Man of Steel.
The only time Superman's ever been challenged was when the other Kryptonians came and he fought him, right?
Yeah.
But then Batman shows up with the fucking kryptonite, and he beats the F out of him. And
I wouldn't say that.
Feel how weak he must feel. How worthless he must feel that Batman just beat him up.
But
and nobody's ever challenged him like that before. Certainly not a human.
But this
being.
is before all that. This is before they fight. This is they constantly beat him down in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, public opinion is turning against him.
Yeah, but there's really no motivation towards that. It's like
what else is he supposed to do?
It's wishy-washy. I'm saying the movie is wishy-washy because they never really tell you the public's opinion, really.
One minute people against him, people for him.
1 minute they hate him, 1 minute they don't like him, 1 minute.
Well, I mean, people aren't a monolithic thing. I mean, some people are against.
But they don't portray that well in the movie. Is what I'm saying.
I'll say this:
they're holding up signs like, "Oh, Superman sucks dick," and the other people are like,
"Yeah, death to Superman."
But
and they said
that's a plot hole right there because they're saying that in the movie as they're just showing picketing and all that.
Yeah.
But on the screen right behind them, it says, "Oh, it turns out that Superman wasn't involved. It was a bomber. We figured it out." People are still like, we got to kill him.
People are irrational.
If
Superman's around when an explosion happens, people are still going to blame Superman.
It's still a plot hole in the movie, and I did not like.
Oh, there are a bunch of holes in the movie.
Yeah, super choppy editing, that scenes that don't make sense, that lead no character motivation whatsoever.
I'll say this: that Batmobile was a badass, and then Superman
I did like
was
that.
Like, fuck it, ain't.
Just hits.
Yeah, I love how they draw up to that scene, like the Batmobile literally clobbers through everything, and it's not phased, and then all of a sudden
went
Superman's
through a
right
ship,
there.
not a
That's
boat,
another
a
plot hole that I don't like. If I was Batman, I'd have been like, dude, the bad guys just went that way. Why are you here?
No, but Batman. He didn't trust Superman at that point.
But it's Superman. Superman would have known there was bad guys there.
But he wouldn't have said that. He would never.
What I'm saying is Superman would not have been focused on Batman at that time. He would have been focused on getting the bad guys, coming back, and then confronting Batman.
But he didn't know they were bad guys. He just knew
Superman.
They had kryptonite. But he didn't even know they had kryptonite, obviously, because he was quite surprised.
Exactly. They made Superman look like a fucking dumbass.
So you don't. Power doesn't equal intelligence.
You don't make Superman like dumbass.
So Superman's not intelligent.
I don't know anything about Superman, but I know that power doesn't equal intelligence.
He's a very intelligent being, as far as like the comic and cartoons go.
I didn't see his SAT scores. I'm sorry.
He scored the highest fucking grades.
Go ahead.
Excuse my language. That was like dirty.
I forgot what I was talking about.
You wanted to rip apart the movie.
Yeah. Tell us some of the stuff that you didn't like, and then tell us some things you did like.
Well, first off, the Batman does not brand people. That does not happen.
That's the point. He's old and he's jaded. He's pissed off.
Ben Affleck guns. He does not use guns. Now I will say this. It does talk about. I watched like a video and it talked about like an older Batman. You know, like when he first came out, he did use guns back then, but then they changed that and they took that away from him. He has not used guns since then.
So he just uses
it does
the
show
Bat
him
Star
reformed at the end because he doesn't brand Lex Luthor. He puts it into the wall. So maybe this experience taught him that that's not the way to go.
So maybe they're going all the way back with it.
In The Dark Knight Returns, the comic books where he comes back from out of retirement and he's older Batman, he does use a little more violence, but not to this extent.
Yeah.
You know.
I like it. I like.
Batman
I'm not against it, but it's just it was like jarring. To me, I was like,
it's off his character. You don't expect.
It's jarring. It's jarring. If you like what I was saying, if you don't go into this movie with an open mind, it could really jar you because that's not the Batman you're used to seeing.
No, not at all. And then like the whole. I did like when they first introduced him, like they first saw him, and he's like crawling on the walls and stuff.
Oh,
like,
yeah, it was super cool.
That was so tight.
It's like all the Batman scenes were awesome.
Yeah.
All the Superman scenes, they just made him look like a freaking pansy.
Not except in Batman's dream sequence where.
But that was confusing too because it's confusing if you don't know what it is. They never really tell you what that was about.
I feel like people would assume that it's a dream sequence.
That's just it. You don't want to lead to assumption. That's not good storytelling.
Yeah, you're right.
I know it was pretty cool like, when he was a kid and the bats were just like,
That brings me to another point.
That really pissed me off.
Why
when I
did
first
they
saw
need
it. when he
bats
was
lifting
and
his
of course it was
ass
a
up.
dream, but when he was being lifted up by the bats, I was like, that's the
Why
gayest
did
thing
they
I've ever
need
seen.
an origin story?
And the
Everybody
song was
knows
like,
Batman's origin.
They did that. Like I said, like we were saying earlier, I think they did that to hammer home the Martha thing.
Yeah.
But then when it,
The bat thing in the well. That
yeah,
doesn't
but
help.
then when it flips back to why the Martha's relevant, it's like, God, that was so horrible.
Yeah, there's no reason. Like
The reason
Superman
Martha
could've
is
said-
relevant is because his pain is the thing. When he says Martha, it brings back his memory of his mother. That's why it flips back to him seeing the necklace breaking off his face, off his mom's face, and he's seeing his mom die. He misses his mom, so he doesn't want Superman to feel the same pain.
Yeah,
he
but
doesn't
it
know
happens.
That's Superman's mom. He just hears the name.
He just hears Martha.
And then she goes, "That's his mama."
Yeah, but it happens like
Is that what she said?
it happens like the only
Exactly like
That's
that.
his mama.
And then he goes, "Martha won't die tonight," and he leaves.
Yeah, exactly, but it happens like that.
It's
That's what
all of a
makes
sudden that-
it's just
Batman
I
doesn't
agree.
even really question.
There should have
it.
been
I agree. They go through like 4 walls, and that's it.
no. There should have been a conversation between the two before they
fight.
fought. Before they fought.
Superman tried. Batman was
Like,
like, "No,
like
hell no."
was it me and you talking? Like there should have been a little more like Batman doubting himself.
Yeah, there was no doubt. He went in it knowing
I'm
killing
gonna-
Superman.
he was-
And I'm not gonna
Superman
talk about
for
it.
a
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if they would have talked about it and he would have got a little some doubt in his head, Batman.
Yeah.
And then I could see the Martha thing working, but they didn't allude to that.
They didn't show anything. It
Nothing.
was just, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him.
I mean, I'm 102% going to kill this dude right here, right now, and all it takes one word to
Martha?
flip me 180
a
degrees.
fairly common name, Martha.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
Who's?
I'm done.
Carmen.
Okay.
Do you know somebody named Martha?
the two
I know like
things.
20 women named Martha.
The two.
Name
there's
a Martha.
three things
Don't
in this
name a
movie.
Martha.
Martha
We're on live.
Jones, Martha Jamal, Martha Henderson.
There's two. There's three
You're
things.
just naming names.
If you're any of those names, please subscribe and comment.
Do we have any Martha
there's-
Jones? In
Is there a Martha Jamal out there? If there is, we
All right.
want to know.
There's
you.
3 things in this movie that really took me out of it, which was the whole Martha thing.
Yeah.
Superman not having, actually 4 things really. Superman not having any motivation in the movie whatsoever, basically, and
He was like depressed.
yeah, Lex Luthor took me out, and,
Oh, I hate
and
him.
we'll
He
talk
was
about
psychotic.
that.
you did like
I'll
Lex
tell you about it in a
Luthor's
minute.
not psychotic.
And
I liked him.
I don't think that that Doomsday should have been in the movie.
I don't either. It's too
I don't think you needed to kill Superman.
I think they needed to present something that would give a challenge to Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman for some fucking reason teaming up.
Right.
So they needed to give them something powerful to fight.
Yeah, but I don't think they needed it to be Doomsday. They could have picked any of, the broad spectrum of villains in the DC
Yeah.
universe.
Like the Joker. No. Joker.
Yeah.
Because
He's
Superman could
Batman.
just punch him and he's dead.
But-
he doesn't kill.
I know, and that's dumb.
Okay,
That's
so and then there's good parts in this movie. Like Batman's awesome in the movie.
Yep.
His motivation is there. You know why Batman wants to kill Superman. He took down Wayne
I think
Tower.
he should have had a standalone movie before.
Why did he want to kill Superman? I mean, I know why, but I'm just asking.
Because he sees him as a threat. He sees
To
him
the future.
exactly.
No, he sees him as a threat now. He says if there's 1% that this guy is any threat to us, then we have to take it with 100% certainty.
Yeah.
And we have to kill him. He has to die. And but his motivation comes from Superman took out his whole tower in Metropolis, and he watched people die.
Yeah.
That's why he wants to kill Superman. And I see his motivation, but they give Superman no motivation.
Yeah.
I feel like they made Superman look like he needs like therapy or something. I agree, but here's my point on this movie. You are talking about a movie that just the name, no matter what, has people wanting to come see it, no matter if they know the comics or not. So you've got 3 different types of people that want us to come see this movie, right? Kids who know nothing about it, okay?
It's not a very kid-friendly movie either.
Comic readers
Yeah.
who are all about it, and then people who want to come see an action movie who know nothing about it as well. So you have to entertain, keep happy comic readers, and then
It's a big task to take on.
It is. It's huge. This type of movie.
That's why I wish it was a little more simple storyline. Because if they try to shoe in so much stuff.
Well, they tried to make it a big setup for a Justice League movie.
Oh, and the Justice League, how they were shoot in, that was dumb.
The Aquaman, that was freaking weird.
Yeah, and you're
in the dream.
Aquaman has to hold his breath underwater.
File. They clicked it.
Aquaman has to hold his breath underwater. You not see that? You could tell he was holding his breath.
Yeah, and Aquaman, he like looks seductively at the
He's like,
camera.
What? I did not even catch this.
No, they find the files from LexCorp.
Because Aquaman's like the worst character in any comic book.
I would have liked it if they would have had like
I
a
hope they make him
cartoon
cool.
Aquaman like on a pink seahorse. I would have liked that.
Yes,
I would have said,
that
fuck
would've
yeah.
been
I would have
awesome.
changed my whole opinion of the movie. But
I love Aquaman. That's just me.
Worst character in any comic book history.
Okay,
I control fish.
Okay, some things anything more you want to talk about? I know there's a lot of stuff.
No one wants to hear it.
Yeah, they do.
It's terrible.
No, let's hear it. I want to know.
Why?
We've had this discussion
I
before.
know we've already had the discussion.
So let's.
and now I've
let's
already
let
got
them-
it out of my mind. I don't even remember it now.
I feel like she played a great Lois Lane.
Oh yeah, and I think the whole swapping, diving in the pool scene was kind of stupid. Oh, I'm gonna dive in and get it, and I'm gonna save you, and then I'm gonna dive in and get it, and then you have to save me.
What about that?
Yeah, that was dumb. Superman, that really bothers me. They didn't have Wonder Woman grab the spear.
Yeah,
I just don't think they should have killed
Superman.
Superman. Period.
I don't think they should either.
I think if you bring Doomsday in it, just because it's Doomsday, you need to kill Superman.
I wish
Bring
they
him
would have
back.
stuck with him. If they kill him, kill him. Let that be it.
No,
They try to-
That's not how it was.
They
in
try to
the
bring like
comics.
3 different comics in the
care. I
movie.
don't care.
They try to bring
I
3
don't
different
care.
comic book stories in the movie.
Death should have consequences, but in comic books they don't.
Not
That's
in
the
Dragon
problem.
Ball Z, it don't.
I know, and that's bullshit too. I'll just spend some time training with King Ka, but I'll be back. My death means nothing.
No big deal.
And
No big deal.
if you're gonna kill Superman, like we just said before, if you're gonna kill him, I don't know if you just said this, but don't show the dirt move.
Yeah, at least not in the same movie. Like we all know he's gonna come back.
I agree.
We know
But-
Superman returns. We know he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Say what? The only God is returning?
Yeah.
No.
But there was some really good parts in this movie too.
Like what?
Like I was saying,
Wonder
before.
Woman
Batman's
was good.
retarded.
No,
He's not a good detective. He's
Yeah.
terrible.
I'm the
He
greatest
uses his
detective.
computer. He doesn't have any kind of detective skills of his own, is what it shows.
He wrote a program to
Superman
do it.
just gives up on absolutely
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
He's
Superman
retarded.
sucks, I
It's like,
agree.
oh, I don't care what they think. Blah blah blah. blah. No, the real Superman does. That's why he strives his whole life to do is to make people
Like
I don't know, like him.
Yeah.
want him to be there. Blah blah blah.
yeah, want to be
And
the
then
good
Lex
guy.
Luthor is psychotic.
I love it.
He is psychotic.
They made him
However-
Joker. They made him the Joker.
However, exactly, yeah. they made him
Prison
Joker.
changes him. That's how he becomes
However,
Lex Luthor.
out on the outside, no one sees it. Through any of his TV series or anything like that, they think Lex Luthor is a completely sane person. He is completely psychotic, but he never shows it.
He does in the movie.
And yeah, in this movie,
Yeah.
he shows his psychotic
He's a
side
salesman.
the whole time.
He
I
was
mean,
young though. This is a young Lex Luthor.
that makes it even worse.
That doesn't make any difference.
He'll
means
go
there's
to
more to
prison
come.
and he'll
he
become
has
more.
no reason to
He has no
want
motivation.
to kill
He has no motivation.
Superman yet. None.
People are crazy. Some men just want to watch the
Exactly.
world burn.
But see, he's not psychotic like that yet. At a young Lex Luthor, that's worse that they're going to put it out there like that. I don't like it. They
I
should have
like
made it more sane to the public eye.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the inside, behind closed
Oh,
doors,
it shouldn't have been
he's
so
psychotic.
obvious to everybody.
Yeah,
that
I
he
mean,
was
like
crazy.
at that dinner party,
The
or whatever,
speech he
he
made,
starts,
yeah.
it's like
Oh, the dinner party was
When
stupid.
he's
He was
like, he's like tapping his fingers on the desk, and
yeah,
she's
I mean,
like,
it's just weird. I don't like it. I didn't like it. Now Wonder Woman, I liked her character through the whole
I did
time.
too. I loved Wonder Woman's character.
Especially
cannot
at the
believe they
end
killed the
when
senator.
They're doing the fight and she gets knocked down to the ground and she looks up at Doomsday and smiles. She's enjoying fighting. She's a warrior princess, so of course she's enjoying the
like
fighting.
Xena.
Chops
And that's
off
what
his
she's
arm.
supposed to.
So good.
Yeah, I mean it's.
They never show
awesome.
the golden lasso though until it's like, where'd it come from?
I thought that was.
Out of
I
her
think that's
asshole.
a dumb weapon, anyways. Honestly,
It makes you
it
tell
makes
the
you tell
truth.
the truth. Like take that to
She pulls
Maury.
it out of her asshole.
Ouch. Oh God. I mean, it's just a choppy movie, and we could get the full scale. It could be better with the director's cut when it comes out on Blu-ray. There's 30 more minutes in the movie.
I don't think you
cut.
can add to it to make it better. Honestly.
Well,
I mean, if I got a shit sandwich, you might put a nice cut of turkey on it, but still a shit sandwich.
Yeah, but the way it's cut, there could be pieces
I would
missing.
eat it.
It might be looking at a puzzle with 6 or 7 pieces missing, and you can't get the full. You plug those pieces back in, and it's a full puzzle.
It's still gonna be shit.
I mean, I'll give it.
Just
I'll give
because
it.
of I'll try it. Yeah. But
I mean, I'll watch it. Yeah.
And I don't think, like I was saying in the non-spoiler review, I don't think it's Zack Snyder's fault. He made a beautiful movie. I think it's the screenwriter's fault.
It's a bad story, I think.
That's what I'm saying. It's the story.
That's all it is.
I don't think
you changed a few things, this, that, and the other, but I still think it was an entertaining movie. I like the
Oh,
action.
I was very entertained.
I'm not
was
saying it's
great.
just a shit movie. I mean, it's.
you saw it
okay.
twice. And you
You just
sat
say it
through the
was a
second
shit
time the whole
sandwich.
time without turning your head or
Like,
yawning
whatever.
off.
Analogies
It
aren't
was-
always perfect.
It was a good movie.
It might be like a ham sandwich because I don't like ham. So.
You don't like ham?
What would you rate
Not a
the
big
movie?
fan. Not a
I
big
like-
fan.
I like
On your
Bacon.
scales.
Well, I want.
What?
We just sit here and beat it down. I want to hear some good things too. I don't want them to just think we
I
just
did tell you a
hate
good
it.
thing. Wonder
Ben
Woman was awesome.
Affleck,
Wonder Woman was
Alfred
Wonder
was awesome.
Woman.
Alfred was awesome.
I didn't like Alfred.
I like how they showed why his
graphics.
voice is the way it is.
Yeah,
like
I
we were
like
talking
that.
about that last. I think you actually mentioned it. But yeah, it's like in his throat or whatever. And it's like,
And as much as I didn't understand the Flash scene, I liked it. The Flash where he comes back in the speed paradox, the time paradox, where he comes back in the vision, and he's like, "Lois is the key."
Yeah, that was.
oh,
the
that was Flash.
Mhm.
I wouldn't pay. Because you know why I didn't realize that was the Flash? Because Flash does not have dark hair and it's not long.
he
And
doesn't
no
wear-
Flash ever is it dark or long.
It's
that pissed
red.
me off. What?
Yeah.
It's always red.
It's like red. I think one's blonde, but
Yeah.
it's mostly red. I think. Barry
I'll tell you
Allen's
one
red.
thing that threw me off is that Batman looked like a tank in what he wore.
Well, you had to be. I mean,
He
had to wear
looked
some
like
armor.
a tank.
Dude,
yeah,
ben,
but that's
ben,
not.
Ben Affleck put on some muscle to play that. He's
Wow.
a big dude.
He did. He when he was in the workout scenes. I mean, I'm sure there was some editing there because I mean,
Quack, quack, quack,
No
quack,
way.
quack,
That's
quack,
just what
quack,
Ben
quack,
Affleck
quack, quack.
does every morning.
okay, let's not go that far. He was a good actor, but nah.
And the acting was really good in the whole movie.
Yes.
Everybody did a good acting job.
And then when Superman rips
Even Lex
Ben
Luthor.
Affleck's half his whatever off, dude, the graphics on that scene is just like crazy.
Yeah, then that's kudos to
I think
Zack
the
Snyder.
only
You know?
problem was the story.
Yeah, they only.
And how does Lex Luthor know who everybody is?
Don't tell you.
Because he's
Story
rich.
plot hole.
Because he's super rich. I don't
So
know. Rich people know a lot, dude.
now and see, and that's another thing. Like Bruce Wayne in like one of the Justice League TV series, like Barry Allen, you know, the Flash is like, oh, I don't want y'all knowing who I am because they have to basically reveal their identities to each other and walk
Yeah.
around like they're normal people to hide out amongst these freaking hawk girl and guys flying all around. And Bruce Wayne just names off everybody, and then
He just knows.
of
yeah.
course reveals himself. No one knows who he is except for, you know, Superman.
Is
but-
Bruce Wayne richer than Lex Luthor?
I don't know.
I
know
think
about that,
I think
actually.
Bruce Wayne and like Tony Stark are on the same level.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah, I
that's
think-
I know that's Marvel and DC,
Yeah.
but I think it's kind of like they're the rich people in their world or something.
And I would say Lex, it's like
He's
I
the
don't know.
multi-billion-dollar.
I don't think
company.
he's maybe as rich as Bruce Wayne, but he might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a lot.
I also do
well,
not like
Bruce
that
Wayne
they are
says
right
we're
next to
not
each
gonna
other.
we're not gonna.
Yeah,
break into-
that's something that really took me out of it too. That Gotham City and Metropolis were right
Like
across
right
the
next to
bay.
each other. Yeah.
No.
And I know
No.
I know they've done it before a few times in comics, maybe just once. But that's so. I mean, if you can, why is Superman just patrol everything?
Well, he can patrol the whole world if he wanted to easily. So
Yeah, you can move it like the speed of light.
yeah. So
There now.
Yeah, with the
fast
speed
does
of light.
make it around the world. What is it? Is it 7 seconds or is it 7 minutes?
I don't. It's
It's
not
7 minutes is
7
from the
minutes.
sun to the earth. So
Yeah,
that's
so it's
quite a
7
bit
seconds
further
around,
away.
around the world.
Is it? Wait, so you're saying that it's farther around, it's shorter around the Earth one trip?
Than it is from the earth to the sun.
Yes.
Yes,
Really?
by
Because
far.
the
By
sun
far.
is 90 million miles away from us right now.
I don't know the exact
I
measurement.
don't know a whole lot about
I'm not
astrophysics,
really
I'm
sure
gonna lie
like
to you.
why you're even
All I know,
asking
if it
this
gets any
question, I don't
closer,
get it.
holy hot. That's all I know.
But the acting was super good in the movie.
It
Even
was.
Lex
It was
Luthor,
good.
even Jesse Eisenberg did a great job of acting. I just did not like the character, how they portrayed Lex Luthor.
Everything
It
was
wasn't
good,
his fault.
yeah.
I mean, he did an excellent job of acting batshit crazy. But
Oh, he did. Yeah, I agree.
I think it was poorly edited. Story wasn't there, motivation wasn't there. I think they made Superman look like a pussy.
Batman looked like a dumbass.
And neither one of them were very intelligent. I mean, Batman was cool, but his detective skills weren't there.
I feel like they had this big idea of all these awesome things that they had all put together in their minds, directors and stuff and producers, whatever. And they tried it. It just wasn't what they wanted, but everything was great. Like, everything was 100% what it needed to be and what it was meant to be, but the storyline of the movie wasn't what it was expected.
Yeah, I just think it's that 30 minutes is cut.
You know what pissed me off too?
What?
Batman got shot point blank range in the back of the head with his suit on. Did not affect him whatsoever.
Suit.
No jar, nothing.
Suit.
He went ow.
Huh?
He went ow.
Did you say that for real?
Yeah.
He said ow.
I said ow. He said ouch, man.
I didn't hear that, but no, I mean,
Well, he's got like
body
a
armor, like
he's got
point blank range.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he's got like a super advanced suit or some
I
bullshit.
mean,
yeah.
he's Bruce Wayne, bro.
Okay.
He's got like a tank on
We
his
could
head.
sit here and talk about this movie for a while.
Ad
I could come up with
infinitum.
new points about what I did like, what I didn't like.
What was my score on it? A 4?
A 6.
Yeah, no, it was a 4.
No, it was 6.
I'm going 4.
So we're gonna give our scores for Batman vs Superman. We're gonna start over here on the stage right.
It wasn't a bad movie. It just wasn't a great movie. I'll give it a 5.
Just because of the graphics, the characters, the actors who played the characters
Like, oh my God.
in the movie, and the hope to be what they were going for. I mean, everything was played well. It just wasn't the plot I think they wanted to put together. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 7. But
All right. Well, I've mentioned my good points, my bad points. I like thought Zack Snyder made a beautiful movie.
do you bleed?
The acting was there. The cinematography was there. There was characters I did like, Wonder Woman, Batman, but there was no motivation.
Yeah.
So there was good and there was bad. So I enjoyed the movie. I was very entertained. So I'll stick with my 7. I'll stick with my 7 out of 11. And I guess
That was my turn.
I was very entertained. Yeah.
I mean, it's your turn.
I bet it's a 4.
It is a 4.
You're gonna drop it to a 4?
I'm gonna drop it to a 4. I didn't go and rewatch it like I said that I might. Somebody flaked on me and I fell asleep. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4,
sorry,
man, because actually it wasn't you, but
I thought it might have been.
yeah, 4 because it's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
That's personal score.
Yeah.
But I mean, as a movie, you know, it was a fair movie. I mean, but I just feel like the whole plot and the story and everything it completely butchered it, ruined it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Editing
I mean,
really killed
there's
it.
No amount of good acting, no amount of good characters, no amount of whatever it is y'all else said. I can't remember.
Sprinkles,
Yeah.
Reese's Pieces,
chocolate icing, all that stuff. I mean,
can't put it on a turd. It's still a turd.
it's still a turd. So
Oh
I'm
my
gonna get a 4.
gosh.
All right.
Well,
Put them in.
hey,
That's it.
Forrest is gonna be back soon.
Yeah.
We'll
Ready,
see about that.
Ready, guys?
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors,
Batman.
shoot. Still champion.
Oh.
I
Goodbye,
feel like
guys.
Dynamite,
Watching.
though. Dynamite.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow us on
See ya.
Twitter at GarageBanter, and we'll see you next time.
Facebook as well.
Kiss my